host. I'm Athina and I'm grateful that you're here with me today. Today we are going to look at the month of February 2024 and see how it's going to be like. And for that I'm going to use a spread that I made myself. Those questions here, those 6, will be answered with the tarot cards, and then we have oracle cards to give us more information. So, how you can choose your group or groups if you are drawn to more than one of them, there are different methods. You can choose based on the color of the dice, the number 1, 2, or 3. Maybe you choose based on the deck, the back side of the card, or afterwards I will be showing a random card from the deck so that you can see the artwork and the card, so you can pick the card. Of course, you can also choose based on the crystal that I'm going to show you afterwards when I am introducing the groups. Or you can, after the 1-minute meditation, there is going to be a Clairaudiant selection where I'll be playing a different tune on my guitar, and you can choose based on what you heard. Maybe the tune, the note strikes to you at the most, or resonates with you, or makes you feel comfortable, or really is I don't know. It depends how you choose it. So the tune that I'm going to play is like this. I'm going to start with pile 1, then 2, then 3. Then I will repeat 1, 2, and 3. So you hear the tune twice. Of course, if you need to hear it more than twice, you can go back to this timestamp that is in the description down below to click there and hear it more often, as long as you need. The same goes for if you need more time for the meditation. You can go back and listen to it again and take your time. You can even pause the video if you want to really meditate heavily on your choice, so that you are able to hear your intuition and your inner voice. So let's get to the introductions of the group. Pile number 1, you have the blue dice. Your tarot deck is the Gentle Heart Tarot. This is the image of the card's backs, and your random card is Justice. Your stone is this Gyrosol quartz. Pile number 2, you have the green dice. Your tarot deck is the Mystical Manga Tarot. This is the backside of the cards. Your random card is the 7 of Swords. Your crystal is this moss agate. Pile number 3, you have the red dice. Your deck is the Children of Letha Tarot. This is the backside of the cards, and your random card is the Sun. And your crystal is this Angel Aura Quartz. So I'm going to leave you now for 1 minute with some music to meditate upon the selection, And I will be seeing you at your groups. See you later. Hi, pile number 1, you chose the Gentle Heart Tarot, the Gyrosol Quartz, and the blue dice, or the tune that you heard in the Clairaudiant selection. And this is going to be your reading. As I was tapping to your energy, I felt warmth coming out from my hands. I don't know if you are an energy healer or a healer, or you need to work with energy healing. I don't know. I just felt my right hand warming up with energy. So here we have it. It indicates healing. I don't know. Maybe you are going through a healing process. I'm going to shuffle your cards. First, a little bit. Of course, I'm not able to shuffle them because I've forgotten how to shuffle cards. Come on, go down. Yeah. Oops, yeah. All my shuffling tricks are bad. No, I haven't even started yet asking the questions for the months ahead. So now this is better. Good, let's get started. Please, Spirit Guides, what is the main theme of the month for pile number 1? What is the main theme of February 2024 for pile number 1? What is the main theme of the month for pile number 1? What is the main theme of the month February 2024 for pile number 1? Please, Spirit Guides, what is the main theme for the month of February? Here we have, woohoo! I catch the glimpse, and I like what I see. What I saw. Okay, so please, Spirit Guides, what does pile number 1 need to look out for in the month of February 2024? Please, Spirit Guides, what does pile number 1 need to look out for in the month of February? What does pile number 1 need to look out for in the month of February 2022? What does pile number 1 need to look out for? Yes, we have some cards. One fell even on my lap. I'm sorry, I heard reverse and I was like, what? Which one comes in reverse? The last one, so I had to flip it off. I'm sorry. I was listening in to my guides. So, where am I? Here. Please, spirit guides, what energy from this past month of January can they... Is this one? Okay, well, it was fast. So, please, spirit guides, what energy can pile number 1 embody for them to have a good month of February 2024? What energy can pile number 1 embody? Yo! Powerful! Pile 1! Woohoo! The main theme and the card that you got to embody as an energy, I like it! Okay. Please, spirit guides, what advice do you have for pile number 1 for the month of February? Please, spirit guides, what advice do you have for pile number 1 for the month? Yeah. All these cards? Yes. Okie dokie. Then, please, spirit guides, what is the possible outcome of the month of February for pile? Shh, keep up. Your cards are flying fast. At the back of the deck we have the 7 of Swords. I don't think that I'm going to talk about it, but if I feel the need, I will begin with it, talk about it. So, February, let's get started. Your main theme is the Fool. Congratulations, you're starting a new journey in February. Fresh energy, maybe you are going to start a new project, maybe start a school or some kind of course. You are leaping towards a new beginning, the unknown, with great courage, but don't be naive, because the Fool card, you don't know what the future is going to hold in the sense of, are you going to succeed or are you going to fall down? Because the Fool card in the traditional meaning of the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, that's where I'm basing the meaning right now of, is the Fool is going to jump over the cliff, but the Fool doesn't know if he is going to fly high, in the sense is he's going to succeed in his new endeavor, or if he is going to fall down flat on his face because of his naivete and innocence, because the Fool doesn't know what is coming towards them. So they may be a little bit naive and innocent in the sense of what dangers may lurk, who can they trust and who not, how to listen to oneself, because they are fresh starting this journey with no prior experience or knowledge. So there's two way how this can go. And now I want to speak in German. Either you succeed or you fall down. How this is going to pan out is totally up to you. And for the sake of the Gentle Heart Tarot, let's see what the author wrote for the Fool in her deck. The Fool. How exciting! The Fool marks the beginning of a new adventure with tremendous potential. Whether the journey is a physical or spiritual one, trust that you are in sync with your intuition and the powers of the universe. Accompanied by your loyal canine friend, a symbol of your natural instincts, you are ready to take on new challenges with an innovative and fresh approach. You may be new to the game and naive at times, but nevertheless, exuding confidence is often half the battle. This is your best bet and venturing into uncharted territories, so take inspired action as soon as possible. Don't worry about potentially failing when you take the leap. Even the best of us do. Don't worry about potential failing when you take the leap. Even the best of us do. What makes all the difference is the courage to get back up and keep going. The meanings upright keywords from this deck is new beginnings, adventure, spontaneity, a leap of faith, potential, freedom, childlike wonderment. Just for the sake of the Rider-Waite-Smith meanings that I mentioned beforehand, let's look at that meaning too. So, beginnings, innocence, clear conscience. The Fool is the harbinger of new beginnings. When this card appears, the forthcoming life path is one of unbound potential and beginnings that come with a deeper spiritual meaning. The white sun represents power and a strong, vibrant aura emanating from the seeker, in this case you, my viewer, but the seeker's power has not yet created worldly substance of value. It is about power, but not product. Comparing it to the Magician card, number 1, a figure who can harness power constructively or destructively when reversed. When the Fool appears in a reading, it is about a point in the seeker's life when the next step could either send the seeker flying into air over the cliff with impressive accomplishment or falling down hard from naivete. Is there anywhere suggesting what the dog means? Unfortunately, no. Well then. The temperament of the Fool is one pure in spirit, open-hearted, and like a child, innocent and naive. There is a Peter Pan mentality, boastful, careless, a bit arrogant, and possessing a willful refusal to take responsibility or be mature. Yet the seeker, you, is a beautiful, creative soul, perhaps someone with the foolish belief in the attainment of impossibly beautiful goals. There is a trace of swagger and flamboyance in the Fool. He is a swashbuckler. The fanciful style of the Fool's clothing suggests one who is attached to superficiality, a seeker with great pride in their attractiveness. The Fool card can also mean that a choice is being offered, one of great significance. The choice before the seeker may seem minor, but is a choice that could affect a lifetime, so treat with caution. Otherwise, the seeker might fall over the edge of the cliff. Compare. There are cards in the Minor Arcana that also indicate presentations of choice before the seeker, such as the 7 of Cups or 2 of Swords. The Minor Arcana choice cards indicate matters of immediate concern from day-to-day life. When the Fool is drawn and represents a choice being offered, that choice will have a profound impact on the entirety of the seeker's life. In this case, in your lives, my dear owl, or the progression of their spirituality. Comparing it to the card, the Lovers, which can also suggest a choice being offered through in the Lover's card, the choice often has ethical undertones. With the Fool, the choice is not over ethics or morality. It is a choice between two forks in the path. One fork will lead to attainment, flying, transcending the cliff, and the other will lead to likely the miss, falling off the cliff. The Fool or Trickster is an universal archetype, blah, 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 blah. So, that was the meanings of the Fool. So, depending on your life journey, either you are going to have a new beginning or you are led with a choice. Are you going to succeed or are you going to fall down because of naivete? So, Keep in mind, don't be too naive, but also don't be too overly cautious. It's a two-edged sword. Cautious can be a two-edged sword. So let's see, what do you need to look out for in the month of February? I wanted to say April, but no. That is a little bit down the lane. So we have the Three of Diamonds, or the Three of Pentacles, the Four of Diamonds, and the Four of Swords in reverse. And the Three of Pentacles is in reverse too, or the Three of Coins, in this case diamonds. Here the Four of Pentacles, the Four of Coins upright. So the main message is the Four of Diamonds here upright. And I'm going to read that one out of the guidebook right away. And stay for the reverse of the Three of Diamonds and the Four of Swords. So, Four of Diamonds. You've put your self-control to fair use and build some excellent safety nets for yourself. Well done. Continue to plan for the future and find ways to reach your targets ahead of time. Having built a solid foundation of knowledge, money, or assets to rely on provides you with comfort to take some risks in life. Try not to be afraid of change or taking a leap of faith. If you've gotten used to doing things a certain way, you've been working hard and deserve to treat yourself. The Three of Diamonds in reverse is, don't worry about whether or not the business relationship will work out before giving it a try. If there's money involved from the beginning of a project, draw up a contract to protect you and provide you with peace of mind, so you can take solely focus on the tasks at hand. To expand, you have to step out of your comfort zone and learn from others. If you feel like your environment fails to properly inspire you, surround yourself with people or works of people who motivate you. Like, for example, I have motivational quotes on my vision board. Unfortunately, I still have the vision board of 2023 up, because I came back like a week ago from my vacation of 7 weeks in Brazil, where I also learned a little bit more Brazilian Portuguese, and so I haven't had the energy to replace it yet. But I will this week. So then we have the Four Swords in reverse. You're not listening to your body, despite its attempts to communicate with you. If you continue to overwork yourself, you might put yourself in some serious danger or even experience a challenging kind of spiritual awakening. The longer you refuse to rest and listen, the longer your road to recovery will be. It's the same as when you get sick with a virus or a bacteria, and you are coughing, you have a headache, or you just feel nauseous. There are people that just put in some meds and go to work, regardless of how they're feeling. And the right thing in this case to do is to stay at home in bed, rest and sleep off, because you've got that, because your immune system is fighting the bacteria and the virus. And for the body to fight it, it needs enough energy to do that. And how do you get energy? You need to rest, you need to sleep, you need to eat well and drink lots of water or tea, depending on what you've got. So, because if you don't, you will continue to be sick for a long time. I'm saying this because I have a friend that unfortunately she cannot afford to stay at home for a longer time of period, because she is an elementary school teacher. and there was once where she caught something. She did stay home for one day, and when she was feeling a little better, she went back to school. But the illness continued for a lot more days, and she was always prone to fall back into getting more sick. So she never really recuperated, and so her immune system was already down in the dumps. And then someone else was caught something, and it worsened, because she was not able to rest enough for the body to fight and recover from the things that she got. I cannot remember a time when I did this too. Most of the time, when I got sick, I was able to rest enough so that I would not get something back. So whatever you are doing right now, you are doing great, but don't forget to rest. Of course, be cautious, and things like it said here with making a contract. Don't overly worry about it. Take your time to rest and recuperate in February, and know that you're doing a good job in planning and being on the safer side. Okay, pile number 1. Let's see, what energy of this past month of January can you release? We have Death in Reverse. Well, that is an interesting card to get. Let me see what this Death in Reverse here in this guidebook says. Reversed, destruction, pain, despair, misery, lethargy, and stagnation. So you may have broken down something, or led something to destruction. Like you built something, didn't like it, and thought, nope, starting again. So you just yeeted everything out the window. As a metaphor. Maybe you were in pain. If that was so, I'm really sorry. I hope you're feeling better now, and I hope that you continue to feel better moving on. You may have felt a little bit of despair, not knowing where to go, what to do. Probably have been a little bit down in the dumps. If you are living in the Northern Hemisphere, do note that sometimes if we don't get enough sunlight and vitamin D, our body naturally becomes a little bit more pessimistic and depressive, because the important energy fuel that the sun provides us with vitamin D is missing. That is something that happens to me because I live in Switzerland and we don't have a lot of sun when it is winter. It does appear sometimes, but most of the times when it appears, I'm not really outside, so I cannot pick up on the vitamin D. To my luck, this year I was in Brazil where it is summer, because it's the southern hemisphere, and I got a lot of sun. So my body is fully tanked on vitamin B to survive the rest of the winter. So then you may have felt lethargic. It could also be because missing sun. I hear the beep from a car, so let's take this as a yes from our spirit guides and the universe. So you may have missing vitamins. So if you can do a blood test to see if you have enough vitamins in your blood, enough iron as well, because lethargic can, if it is physical, it can be because certain vitamins are not sufficient in your body, and sometimes also iron can make someone lethargic. And I've been there. I suffered from iron, not enough iron in my blood, and that made me really lethargic without energy. I was like constantly tired. Even though I slept enough, I was constantly tired. It was because I did not have enough iron. And then we have stagnation. Maybe in this month of January, you did not know where to go. You were unsure. You decided to do something, and maybe you pulled back again, and you were like in this stagnant energy of not moving forward or deciding, okay, now it is the time. And I understand this because that is me. I decide to do something. Let's say today I decide to do something tomorrow, because most of the times I think about what I should do next at night. So let's imagine I'm now going to bed. It's nighttime. I'm reflecting, what should I do tomorrow? I'm going, yeah, I'm going to do this and this and that and be productive. Then comes tomorrow and I'm like, I'm not feeling it. The motivation, it's not there, and I distract myself with the internet, and so the day passes and I haven't done anything. I'm guilty of that. That's where normally discipline comes in, and I lack a little bit of discipline. But I also have procrastination, so I'm still dealing with that, and I hope that I can overcome some of my procrastination this year. It's one of my goals for 2024. Let's work hard together. So that is the energy of January that you should leave behind in January. It was there. It's okay. You learn from it. You can heal from it, but you should not take this energy with you to February. You can do an energy cleanse, like if you are not able to take an energy bath, cleansing bath with salt and other herbs, or you cannot use incense, or if you are able to use fair resource, Palo Santo or white sage, because I never recommend getting white sage or Palo Santo, because there are people that are taking too much of it to mass produce, and those plants and trees are not able to grow. So there is always the danger of it going extinct. So if you can use maybe a herb that is local, that you have enough, like rosemary, and I don't know what else. I hear thyme. You know, if you can use that instead of Palo Santo white sage, it will work. The intention that you put into cleansing yourself is what is going to cleanse you. It's not the white sage or the Palo Santo on itself. Of course, it has a vibration, but you putting the intention of it, your guides or angels, deities, or whatever you work with are going to help you as well. And if you want to know more of how to cleanse your energy fields, I do have a video on my YouTube channel. It's in the playlist of energy. The first video of the energy that is going to appear at the playlist is how to protect your energy, and the second one is how to cleanse your energy. There are some forms that I've talked about in greater detail there. So if you need to cleanse yourself, and you feel like you need to cleanse yourself, maybe watch that video, maybe you get a new idea on how to do that. Good. Then moving on to energy that you can embody in the month of February to have a good month is the Queen of Crystals or the Queen of Wands. I'm talking she because it is the queen, but you don't have to be a she or him. You can be a they and there. Everything's welcome here in this community. So the Queen of Wands, Queen of Crystals, passionate, goes for her dreams, charismatic, real confident. And if you don't have confidence and are sometimes insecure like myself, in those times, fake it till you make it. It is what I hear, to fake it till you make it. So I'm going to say it too. So I'm going to read that out of the guidebook, and then I'm going to also read the Rider-Waite-Smith meaning, because I think there are also some information there that could be helpful. So Queen of Crystals. You inspire others and have an air of confidence that surrounds you. The energy of this card is highly creative, intelligent, and passionate. Because the suit of crystals is a suit of masculine, also known as phallic energy. I never heard of that before, but okay. Its representatives often lack emotionally and come off as rather aggressive. Luckily, the Queen of Crystal is different. She is the perfect mixture of determination and compassion, always keeping in mind that human beings all have needs and limitations. Sure, the Queen of Crystals loves a good challenge and will certainly never turn down a victory, but she also cares deeply about the journey to success, not just the outcome. This makes her an excellent leader, as she is wise, full of empathy and warmth. Having her energy in a reading suggests that it is a fantastic time for you to move forward in your professional projects and creative endeavors. Pie number 1, you've heard it. Let's go. February, creative endeavors, other projects, you have the green light. Get that energy. Suit of Wands. Let's see, the Queen of Wands here. What does it mean? I'm on my iPad if you are wondering what this tapping is. That's my nail. Here. The Queen of Wands. Keyword: self-assured, naturalist, down to earth. The Queen of Wands is an energetic, self-assured, attractive woman. You don't have to identify yourself as a woman. The black cat in front of her is a reference to an old folk tale that suggests a woman who has many eligible suitors. The Queen of Wands is a woman with the power of attraction. She is also a lover of nature, or one with a great affinity to nature. She is great with animals, a great keeper of the home and hearth, well-liked and honorable, and is considered by most to be strong-willed and virtuous. She tends to be highly organized, a clear thinker. She is ambitious, confident, and a long-term planner. Has sound judgment. She is the most down-to-earth of the 4 queens. However, when she is riled to anger, she can become erratic and hot-headed. Note that all the core personalities in the suit of Wands, the suit of fire, tend to be hot-headed and temperamental. Yeah, that is me. Otherwise, the queen is normally quite balanced. And if you don't understand why that is me, it's because I'm a Leo rising, an Aries sun, and a Sagittarius moon. The fire element in my chart is off the charts. Otherwise, the queen is normally quite balanced. In other words, do not make her angry. I like the Page of Wands, who is bright burst of creative energy that has not yet been harnessed. The Queen of Wands can control and channel her creative energies to yield results. Figuratively, the Queen of Wands can represent strong, effective nurturing of the seeker's career or creative project. Fire dominant, the Queen of Wands is highly motivated, creative, dynamic, individualistic, and often demonstrates an irrepressible enthusiasm and vitality. May have a tendency to exaggerate or be overly theatric. Yeah, that it is. Could signify Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. That is so true. I'm just outing all the fire signs out. And do please excuse me. There's going to be a cut here. I really need to go to the toilet. Be right back. I'm back. So now let's get to the advice from Spirit Guides. For the month, we have the Three of Cups, the Eight of Crystals or the Eight of Wands in reverse. We have the Seven of Crystals upright. Let me move that here. The Magician in reverse and the Four of Wands in reverse too. Are you able to see all the cards? No. Let me put them here for now, and then I'm going to put them back later. Okay, so the main message is the Seven of Crystals. So you have, your advice is, there will be a time when in February you need to stand your ground. You need to defend yourself from something or someone. Take it slow. Don't go overly too harsh on this. Oops. My owl. So, I'm back. But yeah, there may be a time where you need to defend yourself and stand your ground, protect what you believe in, from other parties. It may be friendships, but don't let that lead to an argument. Just talk like civilized people. So Seven of Crystals. Here, you are not giving up, no matter what the statistics say or the likelihoods may be. Your sheer determination to be successful is what provides you with the endurance needed to make it in this world. After all, why shouldn't you be that special someone who was able to succeed against all odds? Your courage is at an all-time high, giving you the strength you need to stay focused and stand your ground. No matter what people might say, having such drive and passion for your path is more than enough evidence to support your case. And then we do have the Three of Cups. Let's move on with the guidebook, because there are sometimes specific advice from the author here in the cards that may also be helpful. So Three of Cups. Now is a time to have fun, celebrate and party. Pop the champagne bottles you've been saving for a special occasion and share your victories with others. When the Three of Cups appears, there is effortless emotional growth and maturing present as you playfully learn more about your own as well as other people's needs. Being open-minded means that you are inviting an abundance of different possibilities into your life involving other people. Romantic and professional accomplishments are frequently the result of emotional availability. The world loves when you are Open about how you feel and reveal in your success. You deserve to. But don't party too much. Don't forget your determination of wanting to reach your goals. Just saying, as my own advice. Then we have the 8 of Wands in reverse. Try not to have too many specific expectations about the outcome of a relationship or a project. The more rigid you are about your expectations, the more likely it is for you to be disappointed if things don't go exactly as you'd hoped for. When you open yourself up to the idea of being grateful for virtually any of the different outcomes, the less stressed you are. Accept everything and reject nothing, since you never know whether an unexpected event may change everything for the better. Interesting. Now we do have the Magician in reverse, and the Magician in reverse talks about destruction. The Magician in reverse: insecurities, manipulation, selfishness, anxiety, self-doubt. Here we have the self-doubt that I said. Then here, when I saw the Queen of Crystals. When there is still a moment when you are insecure, that I said that you should fake it till you make it. So maybe I was picking up on that subtle self-doubt from here, but I think that there is no need to be in self-doubt. But since the Magician normally talks about something else, let me read it from the Rider-Waite-Smith meaning. Reversed, the Magician means destruction, bane, untapped potential. Reverse meaning, you, the viewer, is using power for destructive purposes. The Magician card is a case study contrasting the right-hand path and the left-hand path in spiritual development and energetic practices. When the Magician card is upright, the Magician points rightward, indicating his communion with the right-hand path. His wand, which is channeling supernatural power, is closer to heaven, indicating his source. The right-hand path is about acting for the greater good, for harnessing the power of creation, building, expanding, and bringing forth the light. There is a strong belief in higher authority, in upholding moral obligation. When the card appears in reverse, the Magician points left to his baton, and to the left, and his baton is closer to the earth, the material world. The reverse Magus follows the left-hand path. The left-hand path is the individual quest, the quest of self-fulfillment and personal honor. In reverse, the card is also about harnessing the powers of destruction, though that is not necessarily quote marks evil or negative. Destruction means rebirth and transformation, progress, revolution, changes, uprising. Destruction is also the vanquishing of evil and overthrowing the status quo. The Magician card in reverse is about breaking taboo, personal anarchism, and a focus on self-power. Well, that was unexpected, the meaning. I didn't know that. But we take it. We take it. So now, the 4 of Crystals here. Oops, so now, let's see, what is it? Reversed. Even when reversed, the 4 of Crystals remains a highly favorable card to receive during a reading. I highly doubt that. But instead of openly celebrating as the upright position of this card suggests, you are rejoicing in a more private setting, possibly for security reasons. You want to avoid too many people grasping the exact amount of success you're having, as you understand that some may try to take advantage of your situation. This is the wise thing to do. Your modesty will keep you and your possessions protected. And out of curiosity of my always wanting to know things, let me see the Suit of Wands, the 4 of Wands reversed in the Rider-Waite-Smith. Reversed attunement, harmony, rite of passage. The Four of Wands is one of the few cards in the deck that is a positive omen, both upright and in reverse. Oh ho! In reverse, the card still suggests peace and harmony. Another reading of the Four of Wands in reverse is that of a rite of passage. Socially, the seeker will be transitioning from one status to another. The seeker will experience productivity and happiness. The card in reverse could also indicate that the seeker already possesses prosperity, peace, and happiness, but fails to appreciate what they have. It suggests a sense of not knowing or not having the warmth, hearth that one possesses already. It could indicate neglect of domestic sphere and compromising the home for the career. In such an interpretation of the card, the seeker still has prosperous domestic sphere, but the seeker is not appreciating it and avoiding too much focus on the external social or professional sphere. In essence, the card in reverse is reminding the seeker to appreciate the home and hearth, or these blessings might one day disappear. What I got from this, make sure that your home is clean and you take the things that you don't need out to the trash, or do the dishes, because if you have a clean home, an organized home, you also have a clear and organized mind. As advice from me and others that say that often. So then we have the possible outcome of the month ahead. We have the Ace of Swords. Again, a new beginning, but in the sense of a new idea, new ways of communicating, maybe as well. Yeah, I think your mind is going to be clear. You know what to do, you have an idea, you probably are going to follow that idea in one shape or form when you get it or afterwards, but you have been given that, because there is the hand that comes from a cloud. It's like the spirit is giving you this now. So the possible outcome for the month ahead, according to the guidebook, is ignoring the noise coming from the media and other people. The Ace of Swords symbolizes a significant breakthrough coming your way. This epiphany is happening mostly in the form of a mental expansion that brings great clarity and spiritual growth for you. Furthermore, the Ace of Swords corresponds to a new beginning or the birth of an innovative idea that could forever change your life. This is no coincidence, but the result of your own efforts and desire to achieve your dreams. That was the tarot portion. Now let's move on to the oracle that we have to get more information on whatever needs to be said. Let me shuffle this deck here a little bit on this side. Okay, please Spirit guides, what else do you have for pile number 1? What else do they need to know about the month of February 2024? Any other advices? What else does pile number 1 need to know about February 2024? Any advices that you still have? Anything you want to add, Spirit? Anything else you want to add? Any other advices? Anything pile number 1 needs to know about February? Anything else pile number 1 needs to know about February? Okay, this is everything. The back of the deck we have 44, Storm. Every hurricane comes to an end. Ooh, that is the same meaning as after the rain comes the sun. So after heavy stuff that maybe you went through January, because we had the death in reverse here as an energy to let go of. After every turbulence, there will be a time of peace coming afterwards. So don't lose hope. Know that this time past the turbulences and all the things, that those times will pass and better times will come. They always come. It's a cycle. You are up, you go down, you are up, you go down, you are up, you go down. That's the cycle of life. We just learn how to deal with it more, and we learn more throughout every cycle that we went through and get more methods on how to get up again. It's also a way of persevering and keep on going. I cannot speak today. So let's see. Then we have library. Take control of your own narrative with 22. We had here 44, now 22. 22, the half of the thing, and 22 is also a master number. I'm going to read that one out of the guidebook. Library. Take control of your own narrative. Someone else is trying to call the shots in your life. They think they can waltz in and control your every move, and you need to say no to their manipulation. It might seem tempting to relinquish control, but if you give someone else power over your narrative, chaos will ensue. However you read that. And it will be all in their favor, not yours. The stories inside of you make you a library on the verge of bursting, but only if you're the one to pick up the pen. You can write the story of how your life is going to go, not someone else. Not someone else is going to say, yeah, you are going to do this, this, and that. Be this, and that. No. Don't give them the pen. Take the pen away from them and write yourself. Write who you want to be, who you are, what you want to do, and what you are already doing. Maybe, I don't know. So decide for yourself your life, because you are living it, not the other person. You will have to go through with this for the life. Let's, for example, say there are a lot of parents that want their children to be lawyers or doctors, but maybe the child doesn't want to be a doctor or a lawyer. Maybe they want to be something else, florist, for example. Let's say the child loves plants, they love flowers, they are interested in the language of flowers. They want to arrange bouquets, they want to make other people feel happy with the arrangement and the smell of the flowers and so on. I'm not a florist, so I cannot say much about it. But they let the parents decide for themselves and listen to the parents, and the parents say, yeah, you're not going to make enough money with that. How are you going to live as a florist? Doctors and lawyers are more stable job, and what other excuses there are, because nothing really is stable and safe. You can always get fired, or can always end somewhere else. But yeah. And the child decides to take the path of what the parents said. So they go study, go to university, they do all those long years of something they do not want to do. And you know, when someone loves what they're doing, they light up, they are passionate, they are happy. But when they are doing something that they don't like, they get dim, they get sad, they wake up in a gray world. And I'm speaking here on of my own experience, because I will go to college to be an elementary school teacher, learn things that I did not find interesting. I would go to teach in classes to put the theory that I learned into practice. But I would stand there, but I was not happy. I felt uncomfortable, I was unsure, I doubted myself a lot. And I would always wake up and wait for the weekend to come, because then I had no classes. I did not have to go to do classes. And I just wanted everything to be over. I was not looking forward to it. So this dimmed my light. I was not passionate, not happy, and others see that. So the child that decided to be a lawyer or a doctor, you can see in their face and their demeanor and in their energy that they are not happy with what they are doing, and that can lead to being more isolated and maybe not finding a partner, because most of the time you become more attractive to others when you are doing something that you like, that you're passionate about, because it lights up your aura. And even if you may not be an empath and others are not, you can still somehow feel the subtle change in behavior. And for example, when I decided to quit college and not to be an elementary school teacher, after a few months, when my friend had time again to meet up with me and with others that we went to college with, my friend looked at me and said, because someone asked me what I would that they didn't see me haven't seen me again, and I was like, yeah, I quit college because it was not meant for me. And when I was talking about why, then they asked why I quit, and I talked about I was not happy, I was not passionate, it was not my interest, and I thought it would be better to go, because I was never looking forward to the next day. And my friend listened to it, and because she dealt with me for more. We were in high school. Let's say we were in high school, because the school system in Switzerland is a little bit different. Let's say in high school we were good friends, and she knew me from high school, and we went together to college. And she said to me, looked me in the eyes and said, "You look happier now after you quit college." And this was like, when she said that, I was like, I made the right decision, because I was looking happier now, and my behavior showed that. And she also said that it looks like there was a weight lifted from me after I quit college. So that is my reason why I'm saying that you should do what you want to do. And if you don't like something, then search for something else that may light you up. You will surely find it. You have enough time to find it. You don't have to figure. Hi, pal number one. You're probably wondering why there was a cut and why there are all cards laid out. I was doing your reading, and I got into the flow. I was talking, when I was here at the expectation at the library, talking about stuff and all the things. I shuffled all the cards, talked about them, and continued doing the reading. Then when I wanted to stop the video because I was finished with your reading, I perceived that apparently my phone cut off. And everything that I've said, I'm sure I was talking about more than half an hour, got lost into the void. I am so mad right now because I was talking such good things. I was such in a good flow, and I forgot what I said, and really when the video stopped. So know that we have here the cards already shuffled. I shuffled like I normally do in front of the camera, but you didn't see that because phone decided to be an asshole. So I'm going to take the cards out to the side, flip those over, and start again from where I left off, hopefully. I did listen for a short moment where I stopped, where the video stopped on itself. Now I have to always get up to see if my phone's really working and filming and not stopping midway. But the pain I'm feeling right now is unbearable. I even complained to my parents about this. That I have to go back and film everything again. Okay, that's the pain of a content creator. Let's start again. So I think I left off saying everything again. I left off by saying that, let's say that I was in high school, because the school system in Switzerland is a little bit different. So my friend knew me from high school and we went to college together. I'm sorry for the noise in the background, my parents are talking. I was with her in high school and we went to college together to be elementary school teachers. And so she knew me, got a good grasp on who I am and how I normally am, and we were all together, my past people from the college of elementary school. We were there and they asked me what I'm doing right now because they haven't seen me in a while, and I was like, yeah, I quit college. They asked me why, and I was like, yeah, I had no fun, I was not looking forward to it, and it was just not me. And they were also talking about stuff from college, and I was like, I'm so happy that I don't have to do this shit anymore. And my friend, she looked at me in my eyes and said, now you really look like you are happy. You look happier than you were when you were in college. And it also feels like there was a weight lifted from your shoulders now that I see you. Because we saw each other after a few months after I decided to quit. Because she had time then and we met up with others to hang out around. So that's it. So other people will perceive when you are happy and when you are not, even if it is subtle. And it is said that you are more attractive to other people when you are doing something that you love and that you're passionate about it, because the happiness that you feel from it exudes into your aura and people will perceive that. So now on to back to the cards. Expectations. Don't seek anyone's approval. Number 12, number 3, reduced guidebook. Yeah, I'm going to do this short. Expectations. Don't seek anyone's approval. People will always have their own expectations of who they think you should be. Their opinions are almost always based on restrictive societal norms and therefore are extremely unrealistic. No matter what they tell you, remember that you have permission to be whoever it is you most wish to be. You don't need anyone else's approval, only yours. And here I talked about you don't need anyone's permission to do what you want to do or to be who you want to be. The only approval that you need is from yourself, not from anyone else. And it's where I also remembered the song Permission to Dance. And Permission to Dance is a song where they talk that you don't need permission to dance from anyone. You have the permission to always do what you want. You have to give it to yourself. You don't need a father, mother, a guardian, a friend, or whatever, your partner, to give you the permission of doing what you want to do. You have to give it to yourself. And yeah, I'm breezing through this now. Then we have another. We have 30, which is a 3. Again, like 12 is a 3. Castle. It's time for healing, not war. I still can't believe I lost a half an hour of video material. Castle. It's time for healing, not war. Don't burn something down to the ground unless you have a plan to build something better in its place. But it's too late for that, isn't it? You got angry, you pointed fingers, you called for war, and war was exactly what you got. Now that it is time for healing and reparations, what's your plan? You need to take the same initiative and determination you had when this started and figure it out. Never neglect your intuition. The same energy you put into doing something else, in destroying something, if you want to start new, put the same amount of effort and energy into your healing, but don't forget to take a rest because you need the energy. Last but not least, we have gray number 37, which is a 10, which is a 1. Endings are inevitable. Yeah, things will always end. Chapters will end. New adventures will end. Friendships will end. But that is life. Things end. But this is also the opportunity for things to begin. Because with every ending, there is a new beginning. And you have the Fool as the main theme of the month, and the Ace of Swords as the possible outcome of the month. There are beginnings for you waiting, but for that to happen, things need to end. Old chapters, old relationship that doesn't serve you anymore. The old you as well, those need to go, and so for the new to be able to emerge. And we had the 10. The 10 is the end, and the 1 is the beginning with the number here. So then I shuffled the cards from this deck, and out came Path, and at the back of the deck came Temple of the Sun. Basically, it is a meditation. Both of the cards in the Temple of the Sun, you meditate and stand in front of a gold mirror, the gold mirror of the sun god, and looking there, you see yourself in that mirror, your true self, your authentic self. So you are getting to know you, getting to know the true self is probably a theme for the month of February, because we did have the library take control of your own narrative. Then we have the next deck that I shuffled with little messages from Spirit to end. The back of the deck we have Trust. The light in you cannot be dimmed. And I said here that we all have a light in us that shines. And that's when I started to sing, and it will always shine, so let it shine. And when I said let it shine, I started to sing, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. So we do have the songs Permission to Dance by BTS and the Let It Shine, or This Little Light of Mine, for you as a message on itself. So maybe if you want, give a listen to those songs, if you want to see if there are any other passages of the songs that may resonate with you. Then we have Eclipse, Celebrate Cycles, and that's what I talked about, that we always are sometimes living the good and are happy and stuff, and sometimes the wheel turns and we are faced with some turbulences, some hardships and obstacles, but those are there to make you stronger. Oh, I forgot about path. I'm sorry. Path is all about asking your guides, or dragons in this case, to help you follow the path that your soul is guiding you, to have the power to follow it, the path that your soul is guiding you towards, the path that your intuition is trying to tell you to take, not the path that someone else is trying to do, to make you do. Sorry, I forgot about that. So, celebrate your cycles. Celebrate all the cycles and all that it comes with, the bad and the good. And that's when I reminded as a little comfort from this deck here that I pulled out is impermanence, because it reminded me of that. Life is always changing and I drift easily through those changes, good and bad. As I drift through hard times, I can take comfort in knowing that I will leave them behind. As I drift away from good times, I can take comfort in knowing that more will come my way. Impermanence is an equal opportunity non-entity. Know that if you've been through some hard times, know that good times are going to come. That's the cycle of life. After the bad, the good comes. And know that even if you leave the good times, you can take comfort in knowing that they will come back. They are not going to vanish. So keep on going. Those good times will come again. Then we have limitless. Know your worth. Know that you're worthy of whatever your dreams are and whatever you want to do. Then we have outer space. Take time to heal, grow, and expand. Then we have breathe. Inhale stardust, exhale magic. So let's take a breath together. Inhale. And exhale. It calms down, and after I got agitated because of my phone cutting off, I really needed to breathe. So then we have reevaluate. In the starlit sky, we still look for the falling stars. And I said here that this card, this message is so profound and deep that I do not understand what it means. But I think now it's coming back to me. To reevaluate how we see life. That even if the sky is starlit and there are beautiful stars, we still search for those that are falling because we wish upon them. So it's like, even if things are falling apart, we may focus on those things that are falling apart instead of looking around the things that are still standing, or where we should be grateful for that we have them around. Then we have evolve. Cosmic potential flows through you. You will always evolve. You have always the potential to do other things. And then we have, last but not least, courage. Wish upon a star and release all limiting beliefs. Be courageous to go for what you want to go for. So pile number 1, this is everything that I have for you a second time. I hope that you liked this video. I hope that it could help you. Thank you for sticking with me till the end, and I'm so sorry for the cut that happened and for everything that I rushed now through. I still hope that it even through the rushing it was good, because I'm getting hungry and it's lunchtime, so I'm rushing through to eat. I'm so sorry again for the cut. Still hope that it could help you. I wish you all the best for February, and I will be seeing you in my next video. Bye! Hi, pile number 2, you chose the Mystical Manga Tarot, the Moss Agate, and I forgot my owl. And the number 2, and this is going to be your reading. Let me get the thing to put the owl up. And let me check if it is really recording. Yeah, it is. Because yesterday while I was filming pile number 1, it stopped recording on its own, and I lost like a half an hour of the reading, and I had to do it all over again. So I may get up sometimes to see if it's still recording. So let's get started. I hope you had a good month of January, and let's hope for a good month of February, or a better month. Shuffle them up. Let's get going. Please, Spirit Guides, what is the main theme of the month February 2024 for pile number 2? What is the main theme of the month February 2024 for pile number 2? Please, Spirit Guides, what is... Please, Spirit Guides, what does pile number 2 need to look out for in the month of February 2024? Please, Spirit Guides, what does pile number 2 need to look out for in the month of February? Tapata, slipping out of my hand. What does pile number 2 need to look out for in the month of February? Ha! It came again. So, let's put it like this. Then, please, Spirit Guides, what energy from the month of January should pile number 2 release so that they can have a better month of February? What energy should pile number 2 release so that they can have a good month of January? Please, Spirit Guides, what energy can pile number 2 release from this past month? Please, Spirit Guides, what energy can pile number 2 embody? Which one? Both. Okie dokie. Please, Spirit Guide, what advice do you have for pile number 2 for the month of February? Please, Spirit Guide, what advice do you have for pile number 2? Please, Spirit Guide, what advice do you have for pile number 2 for the month of February? What advice do you have for pile number 2? Yeah, nope. Put this one here. So, what is the possible outcome of the month of February for pile number 2? What is a possible outcome of the month? And at the back of the deck we have the Two of Cups, and I will talk about this one if I feel the need to talk about it. Let me see. Can you see the cards? Yes, you can. It showed 4, 4, 4 right when I got up. So maybe this is an important number for you. Let's get started with the main theme of the month. We have Temperance. Temperance is all about balancing out your inner world. In this sense, balancing out your own energy, the feminine and the masculine, doing inner alchemy, healing, and all the things. Because, what was it? I think it was justice. Justice brings balance into your outer world, and temperance is to bring a balance into your inner world. So it could be balancing out your mind and your heart, so that you don't only listen to your head, but also listen to your heart, and balancing out the ratio of listening to it. Like, for example, if your heart tells you to do something, but your head is trying to get you out of this, then maybe it is because there's a part of you that is scared of, or a limiting belief that you need to uproot, because most of the time your heart is always right. It is the GPS of us. It's where our soul hides and where our intuition mostly comes in. So balancing that out, balancing the feminine and the masculine energy that we have within. And it doesn't have anything to do with our gender or anything like this. Everyone has has masculine or feminine energy in them. So balancing that out is also something that we have to do that comes from within. Let's see what the guidebook here says about the temperance in this deck. So, Temperance. After his intense death experience, the Fool feels like the world is a new place and he is a new creature. The seemingly unsolvable dichotomies between himself and the world suddenly seems easy to navigate and effortless. Synthesizing what society wants and what he believes is no longer a chore but a magical act that he loves performing. He can hold two opposing views in his mind without going crazy. This is amazing. His inner voice is so clear and strong that he moves with confidence, never questioning his choices. It's like he can do anything, and whatever he does is touched with magic, grace, and perfection. Life after death sure does seem like heaven to him. And heaven is in quote marks. Divine autonomy, easy grace in the face of intense pressure or difficult circumstances, makes this situation seem extraordinary. Choices, action, thoughts, words all seemed touched with alchemy, with everything containing the perfect amounts of truth, compassion, and strength. It is not a case of simply mixing equal parts, but finding just the right ratio. Advice: combine the best parts of your reason with your intuition and you'll discover a magical elixir of perfect grace and ease, no matter how crazy or messed up the situation. Trust your inner voice completely. And for the sake of knowing the Rider-Waite-Smith meaning, for myself, and for others that may be interested in learning the Rider-Waite-Smith meanings of the card, because that was uniquely to the deck. But the Rider-Waite-Smith meanings is quite different. So, Keywords are balance, forbearance, and attunement. Some call temperance the healing card in quote marks. It denotes greater external or universal forces entering into our individual lives to right what is wrong, restore what was lost, cool what was too hot, heat up what was too cold, and temper our lives for balanced, harmonious health. This is a card about internal balance. Comparing it to Justice, the card 11 in the Major Arcana, Justice indicates external balance. Temperance is the fusion of two contrasting elements and bringing them into harmony within the mind or the spirit. The Temperance card could also indicate that tempering is an important factor in dealing with the seeker's current situation. In this case, you, my viewers. The seeker needs to reconcile two contrasting elements and bring them to harmony. Temperance and balance are the keys to resolving the matter at hand. If the seeker is single and asking about love, I doubt that. We are talking about the month ahead. But for those that may be interested in the love thing, if the seeker is single and asking about love, temperance urges the seeker to examine his or her or their own behavior as the source of romantic complications. There is internal imbalance within the seeker, causing difficulties in love. If the seeker is in a relationship and asking about love, temperance suggests a greater need for cooperation and tempering of extreme emotions such as anger, resentment, hostility, or sexuality. If asking about the current career situation, temperance suggests that the seeker's skill set is not directly pertinent to the task or project that the seeker must complete in his or her profession, but that seeker can temper the skill set into the task or project. I'm sorry for bumping into you. Or temper that skill into the task or project for balanced success. Temperance suggests the fusion of the seeker's current skills with the skills that are expected. This, it isn't that new skills need to be learned, but rather that the seeker need only reconcile their existing skills with the task at hand. The two goblets that the angel holds represent the higher level unconscious and lower level consciousness. The water poured between the two symbolizes reconciliation or temperance of the two. There is also an issue of whether the water flows from higher cup to the lower cup with gravity or from the lower cup to the higher cup against gravity, against the laws of physics. Tempering the unconscious with the conscious will resolve our anxieties and depression. Comparing it to the moon card number 18, the moon suggests a repressed conscious, whereas temperance refers to the temperance between the seeker's non-conscious and repressed unconscious, reconciling the two. So that is all. The rest is not as important. It would be too much. But yeah, that's the gist. That is the main theme of the month of February for you, pile number 2. It's finding inner balance and tempering along to find the right temperature. Let's see. So, what do you need to look out for in the month ahead? I have to hide something. So are they hidden? Yes, they are. The parts are hidden. I don't want to get in trouble with YouTube, so need to put some clothes on. So we have the Devil in reverse. Then we have 10 of Pentacles in reverse, and then we have the King of the 10 of Coins in reverse and the King of Coins upright. So the main message is the Ten of Coins, and I'm hearing something from the apartment. I need to go check something. I'll be right back. So I am back. Fix the problem. So it was getting on my nerves, hearing it constantly, so I had to stop it. Okay, so the main message of this is the Ten of Coins in reverse, since it is in the middle and the heart card is the main answer to this question. So what do you need to look out for in the month of February is the Ten of Coins. And I have no idea what it means, but a guidebook will help me. Ten of Coins reverse. Debt, family problems, pretensions, keeping up appearances. So looks like it will be about looking out for the finances of yourself and your family. Maybe looking out for not getting in too much debt, or having already a plan on how to pay the debt back if you want to. So let's see with the devil right beside it, just to get more information, because I am swimming in nothing right now. So the devil. If reversed, ask yourself, what habits or behaviors am I allowing to control me? What benefit do I think I'm getting from these habits or behaviors? So is there a behavior that is allowing for a financial distress in your family? Let's see what the King of Coins is saying, so that I can have the conclusion. The King of Coins, divinatory meaning. The King of Coins is extremely practical and values and results, bottom lines and quality. Although he has an appreciation for the finer things in life, he doesn't expect them to be handed to him. He can be generous, but he always considers which donations or gifts would have the most impact. His experience and his skill are generally turned toward serving the greater good or larger organizations. Advice: carefully access your resources and invest them wisely. Value good work, but don't purchase above your means. So basically, do you have a spending habit? Of things that may be a little bit too valuable and you may not be able to afford it, but you still go for it, and this may bring you or your family in debt, or you're going to face a financial low if you do this. So the advice in this case would be reflecting on your behavior. What behavior are you showing when it comes to your finances and resources? And it could be even a family member that does this, if you are not the King of Coins in this case. Okay, so this is everything. Sorry, I've got quiet because I was asking if there's anything to add to this, and I hear the no. So let's move on. What energy from the month of January can you release? Is the King of Swords in reverse. Let's see what it says here in the guidebook. King of Swords in reverse. Snobbishness, paranoia, judgmental, controlling, cruelty, and meanness. So, be a little bit nicer. Let go of being judgmental or controlling, like trying to control the end result of something that you cannot have a hand on it. Like, there are times in life where even if you want to have this certain outcome, life just decides to be different, and so we try to forcefully make it work, and that is controlling. So let just life happen, let go of it, let it flow. It's like you are trying to block a river with some things. The river will continue to flow. You are trying to block it, but it will make way to go around your blockage. So you trying to control it will not work either way. You will just get tired and lose energy by doing that, but it will find a way around it so that it will still not work in this sense. And so I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. So let go of those keywords that I've read that may have come from January. Let that be in January. Don't blame yourself for being like this. There are times where we need to take on certain aspects to survive, or just to be able to keep on going. But this is not the case now for February. For February, what energy you can embody is the energy of the Queen of Wands, and like pile number 1, but you also have the Four of Wands together. Let's see the Queen of Wands in this guidebook, what is said about her here, out of curiosity. Because the Queen of Wands, she is someone that is really passionate, charismatic. She exudes confidence. And as I said to pile number 1, if you are still have insecurities and sometimes don't feel like this confident Queen of Wands, fake it till you make it. Just try to exude confidence in yourself and your abilities, and maybe this will even help you to really tap into that energy. So, the Queen of Wands, confident. She is passionate about her project. I think also in a way creative. She also shows compassion. I would say she is like a boss. I think there is a terminology, I hope I get that right, girl boss. So she knows what she wants and goes for it. She's also a go-getter. Let's see what the guidebook says. Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands understands and wields her personal power. She draws strength and confidence from her will and does so with charm and grace, which attracts a lot of admiration. While very self-determined, she is not self-centered and wants to inspire others to experience their own inner power and will, whether they are ready to do so or not. In this sense, she can sometimes push or control others with the best of intentions, but with complete disregard for their anxiety. Know who you are and the full extent of your personal power, and use it wisely. By acting from a place of power, you encourage others to do the same. I'm being reminded of the meaning that I've read from the Rider-Waite-Smith, and so I'm going to read it out as well for you. Since I've done this for pile 1 as well. The tapping is me on my iPad, by the way. It's my nails. Here we have Queen of Wands. Keywords: self-assured, naturalist, down to earth. The Queen of Wands is an energetic, self-assured, attractive woman. The black kite in front of her is a reference to an old folk tale that suggests a woman who has many eligible suitors. The Queen of Wands is a woman with the power of attraction. She is also a lover of nature, or one with a great affinity to nature. She is great with animals, a great keeper of the home and hearth, well-liked and honorable, and is considered by most to be strong-willed and virtuous. She tends to be highly organized, a clear thinker. She is ambitious, confident, and a long-term planner. Has sound judgment. She is the most down-to-earth of the 4 queens. However, when she is riled to anger, she can become erratic and hard-headed. Note that all the court personalities in the suit of Wands, the suit of fire, tend to be hot-headed and temperamental. Otherwise, the queen is normally quite balanced. In other words, do not make her angry. Unlike the page of Wands, who is bright burst of creative energy that has not yet been harnessed, the Queen of Wands can control and channel her creative energy. Channel her creative energies to yield results. Figuratively, the Queen of Wands can represent strong, effective nurturing of the seeker's career or creative projects. Fire dominant, the Queen of Wands is highly motivated, creative, dynamic, individualistic, and often demonstrates an irrepressible enthusiasm and vitality. May have a tendency to exaggerate or be overly theatric. Could signify Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. And as my big 3 are those 3 fire signs, yeah, we can be quite theatric. I love some drama and being a little bit over dramatic. But yeah, let's see what the 4 of Wands says in this deck. I think also celebrate your accomplishments in February. Whatever small accomplishment that you have done, celebrate it. Give yourself a pat on the back. Okay, so next, 4 of Wands, divinatory meaning. This card indicates a formal or organized celebration or party. Something wonderful has happened and you and your friends or family or colleagues have the chance to really acknowledge all the hard work you put into achieving your goal. This can be anything. English speaking is hard today. Such as wedding, a birthday party, a retirement party, or graduation celebration. It could even be something like celebrating a political victory or gallery opening. Advice: take part in making this event the best it can be, and most of all, enjoy. Let me get some sip of water. So yeah, the accomplishments that you have reached throughout being this Queen of Wands indicates also to celebrate those achievements. Give yourself a pat on the back, because you deserve it. And it's always nice to celebrate achievements. Like, for example, last year when I went with my friends out to go for a drink, to socialize, to have fun together, I also use that to celebrate reaching 100 subscribers on my channel. So we clinked our glasses and I said, yeah, congrats to myself for reaching 100 subscribers. Yoo-hoo! It doesn't have to be something big. I just clinked the glasses with my friends and that's it. And then we went back to talking to each other about all the subjects that came to our minds. And it was also, I think, before my friend went to her 3 months trip in Asia. So it was the last time we would see her. So we were also wishing her all the best and fun. Yeah, that's it. Next, we have advice from your spirit guides for the month of February. We have the Queen of Coins in reverse. We have the King and the Queen. We have here a partnership. We have the Ace of Cups upright and the 10 of Wands upright. So the main advice is here a new beginning of emotions. Like, how do you say this? Like a reset in the emotions. Like you are entering into something without any judgment or prior emotional attachments. Wording this is a little bit difficult. English, since English is not really my first language, and it's also not my second, but today I'm a bit slow. So sorry. I'm still a little bit waking up. It's morning. I'm filming this at, what is it? What time is it? It's 11 a.m. Normally I film in the afternoons, but it's getting quite fast dark, and so you wouldn't be able to see the cards. So I switched to filming in the morning, and I'm not as energetic as I was yesterday. Sorry. So back to the Ace of Cups. Divinatory meaning. You're being offered a chalice of healing elixir that promises to soothe the soul, calm the spirit, and heal wounds. Healing often begins with forgiveness for yourself and for others. Even if the situation is challenging or chaotic, there is an opportunity to bridge the gap and restore the relationships that have been under stress. Moving forward from a place of love may feel awkward, but as you finish drinking the cup of grace, you will find a lesson and understanding. Advice: you're being offered the gift of love. Don't be stubborn. Receive it and offer your own hand in friendship. Begin again. Let's see what the cups, the Ace of Cups means in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, because I find it important to know. We have abundance, affirmation, and fountainhead. Okay, so Ace of Cups upright. The Ace of Cups signals the beginning of prosperity, of overflowing love, joy, beauty, or health. There will be a breakthrough. There is fortune in love and marriage. Much happiness and peace are found in a new relationship. If the seeker is asking about romance, this card indicates that a prosperous, joyous, healthy love is coming. The dove represents peace and harmony. In the Golden Dawn interpretive approach, the dove represents Venus as the Great Mother, while the wafer with the cross symbolizes the earth she has created. Since we don't have this imaginary in this deck, let's ignore this. The theme of the card is spiritual fulfillment. There may also be support, presence, or help from the divine. Streams of water spout from the source of divinity or higher being, the spiritual life force, indicating a spiritual revelation. It could also represent a fountainhead, the chief source of success or prosperity. The concept of an original source. The Ace of Cups can be seen as the indigo child, in bracket quote marks card, denoting the birth of a child who will be remarkably empathic, intuitive, and seem to operate with a strong, maturely developed sense of self. Practitioners disagree on the alphabetical letter. Blah, blah, blah. This is not important. Generally, the aces of the minor arcana suggest opportunities presented, and the corresponding element associated will indicate the nature of the opportunity. Here, the Ace of Cups indicates a recessive yin or even feminine force surrounding the matter at hand. The seeker will be receiving rather than doing. And I'm going to stick to it and see the Queen of Coins or Pentacles in this sense of the Rider-Waite-Smith and see what it means. So, reverse Queen of Coins, this guidebook. Whoops. The Queen of Coins reversed. Fixating on end results, overspending, extreme frugality. So I think finding a balance between overspending and or being too extremely frugal would be nice. Don't fixate on any end results, because it can always change, and sometimes the universe, as I said with the river, will make things turn upside down sometimes, or make things have a different end than we have imagined. Even if we don't like it, it is for the best of us when this happens. So then we have here the advice from the Queen of Coins is create as much comfort and beauty in your world as you can and pay attention to the smallest of details. So, in the reverse meaning of the Rider-Waite-Smith, there is over dependence on others. When the Queen appears in reverse, she is not self-sufficient. In reverse, the rabbit darting in the foreground indicates vulnerability and shyness. If the card appears in a reading for a woman, the Queen of Pentacles indicates her potential, but there are delays before the seeker will reach that potential, most likely due to insecurity or passivity. The card may suggest in-depthness to others, may indicate a sense of self-preservation, dependency on others for financial sustenance. The card could also indicate the negative influence in the seeker's life of a woman who fits the profile of the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is resourceful and intelligent woman. She is creative in business ventures, rich and charitable. Great at generating prosperity. She would make a great entrepreneur. Has a lot of material possessions, or is very interested in the material possessions. She also has a great deal of pride in her beauty, wealth, fortune, materials, friends, network, etc. Yet she has a strong sense of duty and responsibility. I'm sorry. That came out of nowhere. Then we have at the end we have the Ten of Wands. And the Ten of Wands talks about responsibilities that are not ours to carry. We are carrying too much, maybe some heavy load from others, thinking that it's our responsibility to solve those things, but they are not. Those are the responsibilities of others. You have to focus on your own stuff and solve those problems and not take more work than you are able to do. Don't overwork yourself. Let's see the 10 of Wands here. The Suit of Wands carries within it a love of activity and the desire to say yes to every opportunity. While this can make for an exciting love or a skyrocketing career, it can also lead to being stretched too thinly, with the results that nothing is done quite up to par. Taking on so many tasks and carrying such heavy load puts everything at risk of being dropped or damaged, maybe beyond repair. Advice: re-examine your load. Either decide what can be laid aside or figure out a better way to manage everything on your plate. And if it's things that are from others, let the others do those things. Focus a little bit more on yourself and what you can do and what is the most important, and everything else. Ask if they can take it over, even if you have said yes in the past. Say that other things came in your way and now it is impossible to do so. Yeah, you don't want to disappoint them, but it is better for them to be a little bit disappointed, but then understanding, yeah, that they can resolve that themselves, than you burning yourself out and not being able to accomplish anything. So do it for yourself, not for others. Then we have the possible outcome of the month ahead is the World. So there is going to be the end of a cycle. The World is the last card of the major arcana. And we started with Temperance, number 14, and we are ending at 21. So you made great progress throughout the month. And the outcome is, as I said, the end of a chapter. But that means as well that there will be a beginning of a new chapter waiting for you after you've ended this one. So let's see the World here in this gap book. The Fool's quest has ended. He has found everything he sought when he began, an understanding of the world he lives in, his own inner wisdom, the tools to stand up for his beliefs. I'm just going to look at if it's filming. Yeah. Stand up for his beliefs, the strength to behave according to his heart, and connection to the divine, and the cause that benefits more than himself. Life is full of cycles, and the wheel of life never stands still. For now, he has a moment to bask in this perfect moment, but in completing this quest, he has already started the ball rolling for his next quest. As he becomes the Fool once again, he prepares to take that first step that will determine his next adventure. Divinatory meaning: this is an important moment to recognize your achievements, because the truth is that you've just completed something important. All your hard work and struggles have paid off. Advice: enjoy this period, accept the congratulations of others if offered, and remember to reward yourself. Do something to mark this achievement and begin dreaming of your next undertaking. Congrats! I'm happy that you are ending a cycle and starting something new. So, as said here, as an energy for you to embody, celebrate yourself and new achievements. So let's get to the oracle cards. So please, spirit guides, what else do you have to say for pile number 2 about the month of February 2024? Any advice for pile number 2's month of February 2024? Spirit guides, what else do you want to say for pile number 2? What else do they need to know about February 2024? Please, spirit guides, anything else you want to add for pile number 2's knowledge about the month of February? Any advices? Anything else to add? We have feather. Think first before you judge. With 26, which is an 8. Anything else for pile number 2's about the month of February? Any advices? Anything you wanted to add? No. Okay. And at the back of the deck we have 42, which is a 6. Homeward. Take yourself out on a date. I'm going to read both cards out of the guidebook just because I don't remember the meaning of this one, and this one is a little bit hazy. It's still filming, okay. Because exactly at around this time of the game in pile number 1 is when it stopped filming and I got mad. So 42. Let's start with homeward. Take yourself out on a date. Slow down. It's time to press pause and contemplate before the next leg of your journey. About the world here. It's in those solitary, introspective moments where we learn the most interesting and eye-opening things about ourselves. Take yourself out on a date of sorts, even if it's just a quiet and cozy night at home. Enjoy your own company. Yeah, give yourself some rest. Enjoy your own company. Celebrate yourself, even if there is an achievement that you've made. Do that. Then we have 26 feather. The think first before you judge. Did you commit to lifting up one of your sisters only to drop her down into the blaze? Examine the situation. Is your judgment justified, or is society tricking you into your stance? After all, it does have a habit of making you believe that other girls are your competition and that they must behave perfectly at all times. Step back and take the time to figure it out. It's not always clear at first, instead of acting rashly. Well, that is all that I have to say to this. Let's move on to the next one. So please, spirit guides, what else do you have to say to pile number 2 about the month of February? Any advices, anything for pile number 2 about February 2024? Any advices, anything to add? What does pile number 2 need to know about February 2024? There we have it. At the back of the deck we have universe. I'm going to read that out of the guidebook because it's the first time I'm seeing it. Then we have 3 cards. One is New World, Water Chalice. You've got 2 water chalices, the Ace of Cups and again in another deck. And then we have Courage. I'm going to read all the cards out of the guidebook because I'm not too familiar with this deck yet. I haven't used it much because it didn't want to be used much. So let's start with universe. universe. Your great mission is not limited to Lady Gaia or Earth and its inhabitants. Beings, in many words, are in need of light caused by you and your dragon. In need of your love and strength. We live in a wonderful time, a time of change, and it should be a time of transformation for you too, and transmutation that brings even greater deeds. Have no doubts either about yourself or your dragon. Doubts are sown by the shadows in our heart in order to gain power over us. Doubt can kill your dragon, removing it from your life entirely, as if it had never been there. Do not let this happen. Believe in the deep and ancient connection between your hearts. Fly with your dragon out into the endless void and protect every world in every dimension from the shadows and their power. One thing is certain, just as love ruled at the beginning, so it shall rule at the end, because we know deep in our hearts that love cannot be conquered. For as long as there are dragons and dragon riders, there will be hope and courage. Grow beyond yourself and have faith. Fly with your dragon to other planets to learn and help there. Fly to the planet Aries, where there is a university for spiritual beings. You will find a good teacher there, and your dragon will help you. Go out and achieve great things. I would also say that you don't have to actively go beyond and above to help other planets, because all planets are connected to each other. Their energy does affect us. Like whenever Mercury goes retrograde, we find that there is problems in our communication and technology, because we are using technology as well now to communicate, and travel plans, and so on and so on. So Earth, if we work on ourselves and raise our own vibration, help guide humanity back to a little bit to its roots, have less anger, hatred, and judgmental for others, this will help Earth, but also Earth will vibrate in a different frequency and energy, and so it will affect the other planets as well, because I've read this in the book where the Pleiadians wrote, well, not the Pleiadians wrote it, someone here on Earth channeled the messages from the Pleiadians, and the Pleiadians talked about how many other planets have reached a certain vibration, but they cannot go higher because Earth is, their energy is like pulling it a little bit down. So if we can make Earth go upwards, you also help the others go upwards as well, because we are all connected to each other. I hope it made sense. So then we have New World. New world. We are all following the path to a new world, a paradise-like world full of peace, love, and harmony. Each of us will take the route that is right for us. The dragon that wishes to remind you of your intelligence is the leopard dragon. Use the excellence of human understanding to help bring about this new world, the golden age. The leopard dragon wants to teach you how to view your intelligence as a gift, how to use it, and how to ensure it is not wasted. Many spiritual people have the innate belief that intelligence has something to do with ego. However, it is your intelligence that will help you to overcome your ego, for it is only with brilliant, crystal clear understanding that you can transform knowledge into wisdom. Hear the leopard dragon's question. How often in the past have you said to yourself, I can't do that? Now is the time for old patterns and old connections in your brain to dissolve. Choose different words. In future, say I don't want to instead of I can't. Banish the expression I can't from your thoughts. It is a pattern that only serves to oppress you. Use your understanding and intelligence to differentiate between I can't and I don't want to. The former feeds our sense of inferiority, the later nourishes our free will. And now say out loud several times, I don't want to. A new word needs spiritual intelligence and free people who recognize their own worth. Try attaching this note to the refrigerator or bathroom mirror in order not to forget its message. Because we always can do something. The only way we can do something is if it's physical, impossible, because we have we hurt ourselves, so we cannot run because our knee was busted, or you have a problem in your hips. But even so, there are people that even with certain things, like I'm reminded about Chloe Taylor, a wonderful reader here on YouTube. She has hip knee dysplasia, but she still did workouts or things that would do her good and move her body, even if it was a little bit harder on her, but she needed to also know her limits and when she should stop. So even if you have a problem, you can still work it out. Just know your limits and don't go overboard. So the word I can't doesn't exist. So take it out of your vocabulary. This is something I should do too. So, water chalice. Alba, the queen of all dragons, is white as freshly fallen snow, and her scales are set with thousands of sparkling diamonds. She is the guardian of the 4 holy chalices, the protector of the 4 elements, and warden of the holy hall of baptism, in which these chalices stand. This very day, the great white queen has invited you to take part in a baptism in the element of water. The baptism is a rite, a rebirth, a ritual cleansing. Baptism is a threshold from the old to a new way of being. Prepare yourself for this ritual by washing and dressing in white clothing. You don't have to. And prepare your room, light several candles, and play some pleasant music. You don't have to. Make yourself comfortable, lay the card on your heart and close your eyes. You don't have to, as I said. Now visualize yourself standing before the great chalice. As I said, you don't have to do the meditation if you don't want to. You just kind of listen and understand what this exactly means. Visualize laying aside your clothing, then mount the 3 steps and climb into the chalice. Dive in and let yourself sink deep inside. Water is the cradle of life. Wash yourself clean of all your limitations. Water is the fullness of all possibilities. Feel the holy water of the chalice on your skin, how it carries and surrounds you. You sink to the floor of the chalice where you let go of the unbeliever within you. Your clear intent is sufficient, but strengthen it with your inner voice. I am letting go of the unbeliever within me, right here, right now. Repeat these words several times if you need to. Now rise to the surface of the water chalice, filled with a new awareness. Anything is possible. Make this word merge your mantra for the rest of your life. Then we have courage. The paths of our lives occasionally lead to forks in the road where we must decide which path to follow. Fear or uncertainty can arise in our hearts. As we question which way to go, you have drawn the courage card, which means that you now find yourself in a situation or soon will. You may have been in this situation for years, not making a decision as you stand before two diverging paths. In such situations, call the mighty black dragon to you. Hear it say, have courage. Make a clear decision in your heart to follow the golden path of your soul. The path that you are guided to do, which your inner voice, your intuition is telling you in the whisper. Progress, development, and growth can only occur when you have the courage to make the decisions that must be made. Call the mighty black dragon to you once again and listen to its forceful voice as it tells you to grit your teeth and just do it. Whatever the issues, you have two options. If you say yes, do so with courage. And if you say no, do so with the same courage. Live according to your decision from then on. Follow the golden path of your soul with courage and always with a smile on your lips. Exercise. Repeat the following affirmation 3 times a day for the next 7 days. You don't have to do this, but if you want to, here's the affirmation. I shall courageously follow the golden path of my soul with a smile. I shall courageously follow the golden path of my soul with a smile. It can be a good idea to write this affirmation on a piece of paper and attach it to your bathroom mirror, for example. You can make a connection with the black dragon as you are reciting the affirmation, of course. Call it to mind and it will immediately be by your side. If you like this affirmation, it can accompany you for eternity. Sorry that I'm always getting up, but I'm just checking that it doesn't cut off the video like it did yesterday around the time stamp that it reached now. So I'm glad it didn't. Let's finish this with some little messages from your spirit guides, whatever they want to add, whatever advice will come here. So let's see. What else does pile number 2 need to know about February 2024? Any other messages for them? Anything that could help them? Any advice? Oopsala. Well, a lot. Okay, at the back of the deck we have unleash, hold nothing back, expand into the universe. Yeah, there you have a lot of possibilities, a lot of potential, so don't hold back and expand. Do the things that you want to do. Then we have attract, like the moon and the ocean, you attract good things into your life. Re-evaluate. In the starlit sky, we still look for the falling stars. Group 1 got this one too, and I still don't understand what the message behind it is. Maybe you can interpret it for yourself. I'm at a loss. Then we have eternity. Give yourself permission to slow down. Evolve. The cosmic potential flows through you. New beginnings. From chaos comes calm. Replenish. The sun will rise and we will try again. Light. Without the dark, we never see the stars. The moon. Take time to reflect. Manifest. Dream deep and ask for what you want. Oh, we have the moon and the sun. The sun. Rise to the occasion. Morning star, keep shining even when the others have quit. So pile number 2, this is everything that I have for you. I hope that you liked it. I hope it could help you. Thank you for sticking with me till the end. I wish you all the best. Have a good month of February, and I will be seeing you in my next video. Bye! Hi, pile number 3. You chose the Children of Letha Tarot, the Angel Aura Quartz, the number 3, the red dice, and this is going to be your reading of February 2024. Let's get started. Hope you had a good month of January, and hope that your month of February is going to be good as well. And if not, let's hope for better times. Just shuffling your cards really well. So, let's get started. Please be guys, what is the main theme of the month February for pile number 3? Please be guys, what to look out for? Okay. What does pile number 2 need to look out for in the month of February 2024? What does pile number 2 need to look out for? One more card. What does pile number 3 need to look out for? What does pile number 3 need to look out for in the month of February 2024? Good. So, what energy of the month of January can pile number 3 release so that it can have a better? What energy can pile number 3 embody for them to have a good month of February? What advice do you have for pile number 3 for the month of February 2024? Isn't there a card that flipped over? We have seen things. What advice? There it is. What advice do you have for pile number 3 for the month of February? What is the possible outcome of the month of... Holy shit. Your cards are fast. At the back of the deck we have the Queen of Swords in reverse. I talk about it if I feel the need to, but let's get started with the main theme of the month being the Page of Swords in reverse and the Magician in reverse. Let me see if my phone's still... Yeah, because yesterday when I was filming pile 1, my phone stopped filming midway and I lost a little bit of footage, so I had to do it over again, the part that got lost. So I will be standing up more to see if it's still filming so that we don't lose important material. So let's get started. The Page of Swords in reverse. I'm sorry if I'm going to grab a lot in the guidebook, but I'm slightly tired. And I have to finish everything today, because tomorrow I'm not here. So, and I need it for Thursday. So, Page of Swords. Reversed, all talk, no action, unreliable narrator, intellectual posturing, prone to exaggeration, pretentiousness, overanalyzing, common. Reverse this karma indicates someone who is either too gullible, regulating false information, or refusing to listen to others' perspectives. Page of Swords, there is always a poem, but the poem is more for the upright meaning, but I'm still going to read it out loud because it's beautiful. I wander for words and for knowledge I lust, yet in my haste for the truth I must learn to distrust. It may be helpful, I don't know. Let's see, the Magician. The Magician. Okay, his shadow self, however, is a dishonest, manipulative soul. In this form, his talents may be latent and his planning poor. Reverse, manipulation, latent talents, pettiness, poor planning, deceit, hoarding knowledge, greed, mental confusion, a con artist, false flattery. The Magician's poem is: to create or to destroy, to build a tool or make a toy, to master one or taste them all, to bend and yield or to stand tall, to covet and keep or share and be merry. My questions are burdens that I alone must carry. So we have a lot of deceit and false information with the Page of Swords and with the Magician. So I think the main theme of this month is for you to be able to find those deceits and lies and not fall for them. Or if you are the person that is doing that, to stop from doing this. But let me see the meanings in the Rider-Waite-Smith. Because out of curiosity, Suit of Swords. And you can take what resonates with you and your situation. So what you are going through, what you have been thinking about. So Page of Swords reverse, inhibition, self-conscious. Reverse meaning fear, inhibitions, action. The seeker is letting other people's judgment, bad advice, and opinions affect his or her or their perspective of the self. Be wary of gossip. Do not care so much about what others think. Could also indicate a young woman in the seeker's life who embodies the qualities of the Page of Swords, but who has a negative impact or influence on the seeker's current situation. The seeker needs to exercise greater self-control. The seeker rushes to judgment of others or of situation and will suffer for those judgments. The seeker must learn to be more of a pacifist. So then, now on to the Magician in reverse. By the Rider-Waite-Smith, we have keywords: destruction, bane, untapped potential. The seeker is using power of destructive purposes. The Magician card is a case study contrasting the right hand path and the left hand path in spiritual development and energetic practices. When the Magician card is upright, the Magician points rightward, indicating his communion with the right hand path. His wand, which is channeling supernatural power, is closer to heaven, indicating his source. The right hand path is about acting for the greater good, for harnessing the powers of creation, building, expanding, and bringing forth the light. There is a strong belief in higher authority, in upholding moral obligation. When the card appears in reverse, the Magician points left and his baton is closer to the earth, the material world. The reverse Magus follows the left hand path. The left-hand path is the individual quest, the quest of self-fulfillment and personal honor. In reverse, the card is also about harnessing the powers of destruction, though that is not necessarily evil or negative. Destruction means rebirth and transformation, progress, revolution, change, uprisings. Destruction is also the vanquishing of evil and overthrowing the status quo. The Magician card in reverse is about breaking taboo, personal anarchism, and a focus on self-power. So that's basically the main theme of the month. Since you know your life better than I do, you know what this will mean as soon as you enter February. So, because I have a lot of cards here, I'm going to King of Pentacles upright. We have the Five of Wands upright. We have Strength in reverse. We have, what is this? The Knight of Pentacles in reverse. And we have the Five of Swords upright. So the heart message of this one here is strength in reverse. So what you need to look out for is not falling into much of your self-doubt is my initial thought on this. Strength. Its shadow, however, operates only on instinct and selfishness, throwing tantrums and dominating others to comfort oneself with an easy victory. Reversed keywords: weakness, vulnerability, low self-worth, insecurities, physical strength, tantrums, self-pity, raw emotion, self-victimization, displacement. Yeah, don't fall too much into those keywords, because there is a lot of fighting going on. We have here the Five of Wands where the two tigers are fighting each other. And then we have here the birds that look like they are fighting too and are hurt. So there are two parties, I think, fighting each other. Maybe about some belief that doesn't that both have different opinions on, and now they are fighting to death, looks like, because of that. And personally, I find it a waste of energy. Let the other person accept the other person's opinion. It doesn't matter if your opinion is the best one or the other opinion is the best one. We have different opinions. We see the world with different eyes because we experience things differently. We grew up differently. Even if we had like when it's a sibling and we have had the same parents, sometimes the parents changes too in the progress of life. So the parent that you have was different than the one from your sibling, because your parents also went through transformation and changes, as well as your sibling has had other peers and teachers than you. So even if you had the same upbringing, the world view that you have can be totally different, and it's a waste of energy to be discussing on something and fighting to death to bring saying that my opinion is the best one and it's the right one. No, both can be right. It just depends on who it is saying, how they lived, and what their experiences were, as well as if we are open to understanding their side, maybe we can pick on some things and say, yeah, I can see this because of this, and that. But you don't have to agree. with it fully. So the poem is, I could best you with my wit, I could beat you with my skill, but it is with my heart that I will lay you still. Your life I hold in my hands, to crush or save at will, yet the latter I shall do, because that is harder still. You may choose to be a beast, but I will be much more. Due to burn off this choice, I will learn to soar. So, the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is a strong masculine energy who is the paradigm of wealth, stability, and discipline. They are as generous as they are wise and industrious. They are likely a father figure or financial benefactor of some kind. The king may also suggest that you are in the final stages of fulfillment of a project, business, or investment. Upright, a major masculine energy who is either Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo. Financial stability, generous, sound business decisions, strong work ethic, persistent benefactor. The poem, I share my wealth with you if that is what you desire. But no, it is wisdom, not wealth, that builds a lasting empire. Then we have the Five of Wands. Because in this deck, the meanings of the cards are slightly different from normal. So that's why I'm reading out of the guidebook. Two tigers brawl in front of a fiery landscape. No blood is being drawn, and like most cats, it is unclear whether this fighting is malicious or mischievous. Both their eyes are blank and directionless, leaving us to wonder if the conflict is really about the other at all. The Five of Wands is a battle of egos. It is a conflict that can start out benign or playful but may quickly escalate. Upright, ego battles, childish disputes, conflict, competition, tension, group tension, territorial disputes, battle of wills, fighting to be heard, escalating disputes. Five of Wands. Its poem is, a battle of woes is not easy won. A small fight may spiral until all is undone. Then we have the Knight of Pentacles. In reverse. In reverse position, the Knight of Pentacles is someone unwilling to listen to creative solution, who wants to stay on their current course despite the obvious lack of results. Reversed, boring, close-minded, stubborn, rigid, follows directions at the expense of efficiency, fixation on tradition. The poem is, although my methods are simple, they are both tried and true. If I stray not from the path, I know I'll pull through. So I see this as a fight between the King of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. Whereas the Knight of Pentacles is stubborn and not wanting to listen to the advice the King of Pentacles may have, because the King of Pentacles is wiser and older than the Knight of Pentacles. Has more experience, and they may mean good. The ego of the Knight of Pentacles may indicate stubbornness and not wanting to listen to it. And so they are fight and choose because both of their egos are clashing with each other. Let's see the Five of Swords. May the universe be with them. I hope everyone stays safe. And then I'm talking about because there was, I don't know what was passing by. Either the police, the firefighters, the ambulance. So, the Five of Swords. Unlike the quiet respite of the Four of Swords, the Five of Swords is a card of intense conflict and tension. Often this tension can stem from an ideological difference, and it's likely to escalate quickly out of hand. In the heat of battle, it is easy to lose sight of one's core values and beliefs. The Five, therefore, serves as a reminder to ask ourselves, is this the hill I wish to die upon? Is this battle worth wreaking such irreparable damage on a friend or loved one? Upright, conflict, victory at all costs, betrayal, cutthroat, power-hungry, bullying, overcompensation. The poem is a playful victory and I need no dice. As long as I win, I don't care who I slice. So, is this fight really worth fighting for? That is what you need to look out for if you end up in this fight. Is it worth fighting for? Is it worth hurting the other person? Is it worth your time and energy? Is there no other solution to this? Let me see, is it still filming? It is, and you can still see all the cards perfectly. Good. Now on to what energy to release from this month of January is. The King of Wands. The King of Wands is ambitious, passionate, a go-getter. He is a vice leader. Fiery, and so if provoked, he can be quite hot-tempered. So don't provoke. So yeah, you don't have to be in this King of Wands energy. You don't have to be a go-getter to be ambitious. Sorry. Let me drink some water. So the King of Wands is a mature masculine energy that embodies fire itself. If this represents someone in your life, they are likely a determined leader with inspiring visions and enough charisma to draw followers in through. Rather than change their mind to fit reality, they have a fixed vision of the way the things should be and will bend the world to fit that idea. But with such a warm and exuberant aura, it's hard to challenge their opinions. Upright, an older masculine energy who is either a Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius. Born leader, regal, charismatic, physically impressive, exuberant, air of gravitas, whatever that means, and self-assured. The King of Wands is also really self-confident. The poem is, I speak and you listen, one dares not look away. Warm as I am, I can be twice as fierce, so let not your loyalties sway. Let me get a look into the meaning of the Rider-Waite Smith just out of curiosity. The tapping is my finger, if you're wondering. So, authoritarian, demanding, noble, honest, King of Wands. So, the King of Wands represents creative male energy. He is a natural born leader with a strong presence, an extrovert. The King of Wands is a man who thinks he is always right, a man of strong will. By the way, you don't have to identify yourself as a man. You can be a woman, you can be non-binary, everything is welcome. It's just the way it is written in the guidebook. There is fiery male energy with authority. He is most likely married or the head of his household. The King of Wands is handsome, passionate, noble, strong, but hasty and quick to temper, quick to judgment. Whereas the Knight of Wands is often brash or temperamental because he doesn't know better. The King of Wands is harsh and temperamental because he demands others to be as capable, efficient, and accomplished as him. The King of Wands is most likely a professional man with executive powers. Figuratively, the King of Wands could indicate leadership or effective management of the seeker's career or creative project. From French playing card tradition, the King of Wands is said to correspond with Alexander the Great, and thus in tarot the card could call to mind the traits historically associated with Alexander. Compare the Two of Wands shows a young Alexander the Great about to embark on his journey of great conquest. The King of Wands is Alexander as sovereign. The king has already conquered. Traditional interpretations of the card associate it with honesty and nobility, a man who is friendly and conscientious. He rules over the other kings by divine mandate. The double fire association of the King of Wands suggests that among the courts he is the lead sovereign by the will of the heavens. Thus the King of Wands is the king among kings. Could signify Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and the rest is not important. So you have to let go of being the King of Wands and to embody the High Priestess. I need to hide something. The High Priestess and the Six of Pentacles in reverse. So the High Priestess, she stands in between worlds. She is a bridge between the spiritual and the physical. She listens to her intuition and her inner wisdom and let that guide her. As I said before, you don't have to take any of the thing. You don't have to be female. You can be male. You can be nothing. You can be both. Whatever fits your shoe. You are welcome here. It's just that the High Priestess is a female here and then. So I'm talking about the card. And the traits that she has that you may want to take upon for this month of February. But yeah, let's see. The High Priestess sits upon the threshold of the conscious and subconscious mind as the bearer of ancient wisdom. As such, she holds a pomegranate over her head to signify fertility of mind. The crescent moon sinking beneath her tentacles further illustrates her effortless dominion over the realms of both dreams and dread. Upright, the subconscious, intuition, feminine power, ancient wisdom, mystery. Higher power still called spirituality, disability, or unattainability. Feminine power. The poem is, I am a keeper of the secret, the arcane, and the rare. I am knower of the ancient and a force to beware. Like the sea surface calm as below a storm rages, deciphering the fools, the kings, and the sages. I only see the truth in that raging storm, as I stand before it, untethered, unwarned. And because I want to also say the meaning from the Rider-Waite-Smith one, because it's also quite interesting, the High Priestess. Keywords from the Rider-Waite-Smith are intuition, clairvoyance, premonition, perceptivity. In many cards of the major arcana, a pool of water is depicted. For example, temperance, the star, the moon, and judgment, which represents the submergence of or emergence from varying levels of consciousness. The pool can also denote the unconscious and connection to the collective unconscious. In the High Priestess, the priestess's gown transforms seamlessly into a pool, indicating an unbroken link and interchange with the unconscious. The High Priestess is the card of spirituality, psychic energy, and intuition. The priestess calls to mind Isis, patroness of nature and magic, the keeper of science, wisdom, and knowledge. She conveys to the seeker that the seeker is one with powerful unconscious knowledge, and that the seeker must activate intuition to retrieve that knowledge. In contrast to the magician, The Magician is creation in the outer sphere. The High Priestess is creation in the inner sphere. Intuition, psyche. The word Torah written on her scroll indicates the body of law that governs the spiritual and physical universe, not unlike the concept of Dharma depicted in the Wheel of Fortune. In a psychological method of attribution, the High Priestess is associated with memory, the maintaining of processing of information within. She represents how we encode, store, and retrieve our experiences. The High Priestess is also about duality. There is flux to the matter at hand. There are potent, recessive, unseen, or feminine forces at play. The seeker is cautioned to keep sensitive information secret for now. Do not tell others yet. Secrecy abounds. The High Priestess brings spiritual feminine energy with slight sexual overtones. The duality is seen in synchronous meaning to Torah, which in Japanese means tiger. The word Torah can be used as code message indicating attack. And we did have the tigers here. There is a crouching tiger essence to the High Priestess. While she appears sitting calm and serene, she is in fact prepared to advance if needed at any moment. And there are a lot more things to the High Priestess, but that is too much. But I hope that you get the overall undertone of the High Priestess with being intuitive and listening to the inner voice. On to the Six of Pentacles in reverse. In reverse, this card could indicate either that you are giving beyond your means or that you are not giving at all, both of which are detrimental. Giving too much, being manipulative, ulterior motives, debt, selfishness, over-promising, over-expanding, invasive or insulting generosity. To give comfort and rest to someone too weary to fly, may give one's own spirit the strength to soar high. I think you need to listen to your intuition and know when you should give and when you should not give, and find a balance between that. That is the energy that you need to embody, the High Priestess, and to know when to give and when not to give, but not on a sense of not giving too much of your energy into something that is not worth it, or if it is worth it, giving it energy so that you can move forward. So I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. So the advice for the month of February is the King of Cups in reverse, the Ace of Swords in reverse, and the Four of Cups upright. The Ace of Swords in reverse. Reverse, this realization. Okay, there is talking about a realization, so I have to read up the upright meaning so that we understand what realization this is. The Ace of Swords represents supreme mental clarity. As the clouds of obscurity begin to part, the face of truth and righteousness is revealed. The sword is upright, a sign of victory, and points to her lips, indicating that the Clairaudiant should be unafraid to speak the truth. Reverse, this realization can be the sudden discovery of a dark and unnerving secret, the exposure of a betrayal, or that your eyes have finally been opened to your own follies. May indicate that the truth is still unclear and ambiguous, but perhaps only because you are hesitant to see it. Reversed, failure, lack of focus, confusion, cowardice, memory loss, hostility, poor choices, poor planning, ambiguity. Poem: from the north to the south, the east and the west, the breath of victory now bursts from my chest. I took a question to my guides to see, and I feel like I need to read the Rider-Waite-Smith one for that as well. Suit of Swords. Ace of Swords in reversed means in the Rider-Waite-Smith disruption, entropy, chaos, anarchy, complications. Reverse meaning the seeker, in this case you my viewers, has the potential to be valiant and victorious, but certain decisions the seeker has made or will make, depending on whether the card appears in the past, present or future, it is more an advice, so it is good to know about this, are more destructive than constructive. The seeker is cautioned to exercise wisdom when wielding power, or else victory will be short-lived, if there is any at all. The Ace of Swords in reverse is often a negative omen, suggesting entropy to come, chaos, decay, and destruction. It suggests the inability to work in a single trajectory. The seeker's personal energy is scattered. Complications will ensue in social issues. The Ace of Swords in reverse may indicate anarchy, whether literal anarchy in the seeker's life or ideological anarchy within the seeker. Take note, when the Ace of Swords appears in reverse, it suggests a hostile negativity, strong intense negativity that may lead to sabotage of others or of the self that the seeker must be aware of. The Ace of Swords in reverse is about unfulfilled ambitions, about greatness squandered. Well, I think it is more here that you should know about those things. That is a possibility, and by knowing that, you may be able to avoid it as well. So the King of Cups in reverse. Hold on. Searching for it in the guidebook here. At their worst, they may be susceptible to holding grudges. The King of Cups may also suggest that you could benefit from being more emotionally open and honest with your feelings. Reverse, someone who is emotionally manipulative, purposely withholding, emotionally abusive, insecure, cold, distant, moody. As the poem, as the storm rages, I stand proud and tall. No matter the winds, I shall never fall. Yeah. I'm going back to the Rider-Waite-Smith meanings reversed. Keywords: overrode, distracted. Reverse meaning. The seeker, is being too emotional. The seeker experiences difficulty in making decisions with conviction. The seeker experiences difficulty in making decisions with conviction, is always looking to others to see what they do first. In reverse, the card suggests someone who is being spiteful to someone else. The seeker is feeling the need to engage in petty vengeance. Could indicate negative influence of a King of Cups on the seeker, so it may be someone else that is doing that to you. So back to the guidebook, or that the seeker is embodying the negative personality traits attributed to the king. Being moody was one of the things. Compare. The King of Wands can be hot-headed and as a gut response to situations, but the bad temper of the King of Cups differs slightly. The King of Cups temper strays from spiritual centeredness as a result of internal instability or flux, whereas the King of Wands is just reactionary. So the problem lies within in the King of Cups. There is an imbalance within themselves. Okay, here are the tendencies of the King of Cups when they are a bit unbalanced. He may have the tendency to feel lonely or alone, even among others. The King of has a tendency also to be moody. Then we have the Four of Cups. A single manta ray effortlessly drifts above the darkness of its oceanic dwelling, untethered by the other rays above it, and disinterested by the cups below it. The Four of Cups is a sign that you may be so engrossed in your inner thoughts or daydreams that you are ignoring the opportunities that lie right in front of you. It can also indicate that while you have enjoyed material success, there remains an emotional or spiritual vacancy. Upright contemplation, regret, boredom, daydreaming, missed opportunities, apathy, melancholy, impractical yearning, lonely. The poem, an indecisive mind drains the spirit and heart. Thinking only of the end may threaten the start. So pay attention to those things that were talked here that you probably didn't like to hear about. That is to avoid. So now that you are aware that this could happen, you may be also capable of avoiding that. So the possible outcome of the month is the Nine of Wands upright and the Lovers. So there is a need to persevere, that you are almost at the end of this cycle. Even if you have been wounded, you still need to be on your toes, because it's not the end yet. But let's see what it says here. A lone Arctic fox stands in a frozen tundra, tense and on the defensive. He is not completely unscathed, but he stands alert and able to move forward. Behind him, a sun rises on a new dawn. He has survived the harsh winter night and will go on to survive many more. The Knight of Wands signifies that you have shown great courage and tenacity in fighting for what is yours. The universe has presented you with many challenges, but you can now rest and lick your wounds. Upright. Resilience, persistence, courage, confidence, strength, quick to defend others, tenacity, warm by weary, beaten but not broken. I am tired and weary, but still on my way. I'll get there in time if I can weather the day. And the Lovers here is about hold on, my mind's gone blank. If this has nothing to do with a relationship, it is about making a decision, an ethical decision, and the moral behind it. So there may be something that you need to decide, and you will be deciding it based on ethics and moral. But let me see what the guidebook of this one says, because that one with the ethics and moral was what I picked, what I remember from the, what is it, Rider-Waite-Smith meanings. The Lovers. The Lovers card is about harmony and alignment, both between two lovers and between the masculine and feminine aspects of a single psyche. The latter is reflected in the fact that both figures are androgynous, displaying both typically masculine and feminine traits, which can exist in anyone regardless of gender or sex. Upright. Major life choices, harmony, alignment of values, a balanced psyche, love, relationships, sexual connection, emotional connection, romance, desire, completeness. The poem is: love's embrace can be fierce or sweet, igniting sparks of intent when the two aspects meet. Yet bliss and danger both look here, as love and passion give life to fear. As flames of hunger bite the skin, one wonders if this union is of virtue or sin. Yeah, it also talks about virtue and things in the Rider-Waite-Smith. Should I read? Yes, I hear it. Yes, I was thinking, should I read the Rider-Waite-Smith meanings? And I hear an immediate yes, even though I didn't finish the question. So let's see. The Lovers. Keywords: passion, partnership, ethics, primordial choice. Many contemporary tarot practitioners assign a romantic indication to the Lovers card. However, in every traditional interpretation of the Lovers, the card is about a moral choice, about choosing the right path. Yet, if the seeker, in this case you, is asking about love, then the Lovers card can be a great omen, indicating the beginnings of romance and simultaneously the beginnings of temptation. The card represents partnership with one other person. In readings about love, the card indicates passion. Lust may even be present. Overall, there is a strong feeling of paradise, at least in the beginning. In readings about work or career, the card indicates a partnership that the seeker is initially excited about, a sense that the match is made in heaven. However, not all is as it seems, and the feeling of paradise may be evanescent if caution is not observed. The philosophical component of the card centers around choice. There is duality or a decision to be made, and it is a choice between vice and virtue. An ethical quandary. The burning tree behind the man with 12 glowing flames is considered to be the tree of life, while the fruit-bearing tree behind the female in the tree of is the tree of knowledge. Its fruits represent sexuality, fornication, desire, and temptation of the physical senses, which lead to human suffering. The tree of knowledge symbolizes the desire for sensation. Thus, the tree of knowledge represents the primordial choice to eat of the fruit and know sexuality, thus knowing suffering, or to ascend up the tree of life toward God. The male figure in the card is the mind and rationality. The female figure is the heart and emotion. In a reading, the lovers hint a choice that the seeker must make between the mind and the heart, a choice that may have ethical implications. The female figure looking up at the angel may suggest that the seeker is predisposed to choose what will comply with his or their ethical standards. In reverse, the card hints that the seeker might be tempted to stray from those standards. In one sense, the Lovers is about love versus lust. Immaculate sexuality or fornication. There is an underlying theme of indecision. The Lovers card may also be understood alongside key ideas from the philosopher and theologian. I don't know how to pronounce this name. It's one of the Nordic languages, and I only know German. So I'm sorry if I'm butchering this. Soren Kierkegaard, or something like similar to this. The O in the Soren is like an O that is that was split in half. I don't know how to call it. We face an existential choice between two life paths, either one willfully hedonistic or one grounded in our sense of ethical duty. The Lover's card suggests a primordial responsibility to choose ethically. Compare. The 3 cards in the deck feature serpent imagery: the Lovers, the Wheel of Fortune, and the 7 of Cups appearing in one of the chalices. The serpents here call to mind the notion. Under every flower a serpent coiled, warning the seeker of dangerous temptations and an unanticipated turn of events. It warns of how quickly bliss can become tragedy. The Lovers is associated with the theological scenery, the hieroglyph of knowledge of good and evil. The element air governs this card. Attributions associated with air will represent the external forces at play, the seeker's intuition. Yang energy is dominant. The Lovers could also be related to the sign of Gemini, and timing-wise denote the period of May 21 and June 20th. So while I was reading, I was reminded of when I was learning tarot in a course. I don't know which one it was, but it was said that the Lovers card, we see Adam and Eve, and depending on the choice that we make, if it is an ethical choice that we did and morally correct, and we don't fall into temptation, we will not fall into the Devil card, because the Devil card, there are 2 people. Let me show you what I mean. So I will have to hold it like this. In the Lover's card, we have a man and a woman, Adam and Eve, and if they fall into temptation, they will be here at the Devil, because the Devil talks about temptation and about the behavior of being binded by it. But even though the chains that are around are loose, they both can decide if they want to leave that temptation or if they want to stay. So they have the choice again to choose virtue or sin, to choose temptation or not. I hope it made sense what I was trying to convey. So now let's see, is it still filming? Yes, it is. Good. And to the oracle cards. Please, spirit guides, what else does pile number 3 need to know about February 2024? Any advices, any messages for them? At the back of the deck, it fell to the floor. we have 39. Raindrops, take a chance on them. 39 equals a 12, which is a 3. Sorry, I don't know numerology, so you can research it yourself if you are interested in it. And I'm going to read that one out of the guidebook because I feel like I need to, instead of talking about what I know about this card. Raindrops, take a chance on them. If anyone has a reason to keep their guard up, it's you. People have been known to mistreat you, and like any rational person, you finally got tired of it. Went back inside, locked the door. But you weren't supposed to stay out of the rain forever. No matter how terrifying the prospect may seem, you need to put yourself out there again. Whoever it is you're thinking of, they can be trusted to walk with you through the storm. And if you don't have someone you are thinking about right now about being trusted, then they will appear in your life if you go outside and open your heart up again. I've said this in pile number 1, so maybe you want to check pile number 1 for when I was talking about this card, because I remember it being the first card here that appeared. So let's see, we have, oh no, it was not that one. It appeared, I think, alongside the others, or it may have been another reading for next week, I don't know. We have 22, master number with library. Take control of your own narrative. This is all about not letting others tell you who you should be or what you should do. It's about you taking your pen in your own hands and writing down who you are, who you want to be, and what you want to do. And not let other people's saying you should be like this and that, you should be more like that, this, if you were like this it will help you more. They are projecting sometimes societal norms onto us, which are sometimes really unrealistic. You cannot be this and that and have more a little bit of that. We have an initial way of being and we cannot override that, and it is about accepting who we are at the core level and working with what we have got, because that's why we came here. We came to experience this life like this because we are the word has fallen out of my head. Because we are an expression of the universe in this particular way, so that we can experience life in this particular way. If we had other traits to us, we would not experience life in that particular way the universe wanted to experience it. Like the universe expands and grows and knowledge in experiencing life through expressions, and we are one of those expressions. You could say if the universe were a body, I would be maybe the index finger of the left hand and you would be the knee. We are still the same thing of the same being, but a different expression, and we have a different mission and purpose, and we live through the life a little bit differently. I hope it makes sense. Then we have Castle. It's time for healing, not war. Number 30, which is a 3, so we have a 3 again. I'm just checking if it's still filming, because around the 1 hour mark in pile number 1 is where it stopped filming, so I'm going to get up often now to see that it stays. Castle. This card is coming up a lot lately. It's time for healing, not war. Don't burn something down to the ground unless you have a plan to build something better in its place. But it's too late for that, isn't it? You got angry, you pointed fingers, you called for war, and war was exactly what you got. Now that it's time for healing and reparations, what's your plan? You need to take the same initiative and determination you had when this started and figure it out. Never neglect your intuition. The same effort you put into destroying something, the same effort you should put into building something new. Basically. Then we have Princess. You can be your own knight. Number 1. I'm sorry, I'm trembling like this because I'm hungry. It's lunchtime right now and I'm still filming. So, I've lost my strength. Let's read that one out of the guidebook because the hunger is messing with me. Princess, you can be your own knight. You may be in a dire situation you need escaping from. Rest assured you have the power within to persevere. You already know you don't need to be rescued by a charming prince or a chivalrous knight in shining armor. You've got your own shield and sword. And God help anyone who thinks they can do a better job. And if you don't like the word God, you can always replace it with the universe. Spirit, source, whatever fits your shoe. Everything is welcome here. Then we have 26, Feather. Think first before you judge. This card came in pile 2 as well. We have 26, which is an 8. Feather. Think first before you judge. Did you commit to lifting up one of your sisters only to drop her down into the blaze? Could also be brothers. Examine the situation. Is your judgment justified, or is society tricking you into your stance? After all, it does have a habit of making you believe that other girls are your competition and that they must behave perfectly at all times. Step back and take the time to figure it out. It's not always clear at first, instead of acting rashly. On to the next. I'm going to speak a little bit because I'm hungry and my hands are trembling from hunger. It's a little bit annoying. Please Spirit Guides, what else does pile number 3 need to know about February 2024? Any other advices, anything else that pile number 3 needs to know about February 2024? Any messages for pile number 3 about the month of February 2024? Any advices, anything that could help? Did it flip over? It did not, but almost. Any advice for pile number 3 for the month of February? Anything that could help pile number 3 with February? Is this everything? Yes, okay. At the back of the deck we have Wisdom. And the card that came was the Fire Chalice. So I'm going to read both out of the guidebook, because this is a deck I don't use often because it never comes up a lot to be used. So starting with the back of the deck, Wisdom. The Silver Moon Dragon brings you the energy of the moon. The moon has always cast its spell over humans with its mystery and beauty. At night, the soft light of the moon caresses our skin, imparting an irresistible sheen. Most of the great goddesses are directly linked with the energy of the moon, and many represent wisdom. The moon dragon represents the feminine aspect, biding its time and trusting in divine guidance. This beautiful dragon would like to teach you that wisdom and trust go hand in hand. In particular, the Silver Moon Dragon will teach you respect for all existence. It will remind you that nothing exists without the right to do so. Understanding this means converting knowledge into wisdom. Each day, some of our actions are based on particular knowledge. We buy food, for example, because we know that we will be hungry at some point. We pay our bills because we know that there will be unpleasant consequences if we do not. However, sometimes we also act in wisdom without knowing what we have to do doing so, because we trust implicitly that it is the right thing. The time has come for you to open up to your wisdom. Trust me when I say that all wisdom lies within you. It's something that I always tell you in this channel. That's why the owl represents the community. You think you know who you are, but you can discover this truth only when you open yourself to your divine wisdom. There is a meditation. You don't have to do this if you don't want to, but if you want still to listen to it. As I said, you don't have to do anything of the following that is coming right up. Prepare the room well, purify it, and light gold candles. Be careful to choose a date just before full moon, and give some thought to choosing suitable music for this ritual. Call a silver dragon to you. Imagine this sublime being entering your room. Let go of all limitations. Forget, for example, the walls of your home, which are an illusion. Only the dragon is real. Spread your arms wide and open your hands. With its next breath, the dragon places a golden ball of light in the palm of each of your hands. Now cross your hands, placing them on your breast and allowing this light to flow into your heart. Let a great golden ball of light grow in your heart, and from this glowing ball, let a golden thread of light shine out through your back. Send this light out to all the beings that you were in the past. Connect heart to heart with all your previous incarnations and see how many there are. Sense the power. Seek out the incarnations that are full of wisdom. They may be a long way back in the past, so take your time. In your mind's eye, search through this ancestral line, bringing your ancient wisdom into the here and now in the form of glimmering golden light. Take this great energy deep into your heart. Now bring your attention back to your incarnation in the present moment. Take a deep breath in and out and open your eyes. I recommend that you perform this ritual on 3 consecutive days before a full moon. Do not perform any rituals or do any spiritual work over the following 3 days to allow the wisdom you have received to become firmly established. Then the fire chalice. Alpha, the queen of all dragons, is white and freshly fallen snow, and her scales are set with thousands of sparkling diamonds. She is the guardian of the 4 holy chalices, the protector of the 4 elements, and warden of the holy hall of baptism, in which these chalices stand. This very day, the Great White Queen has invited you to take part in a baptism in the element of fire. The baptism is a rite, a rebirth, a ritual cleansing. Baptism is the threshold from the old to a new way of being. You don't have to prepare for this ritual. You can just listen to it and understand what it means. Prepare for this ritual by washing and dressing in white clothing. Prepare your room by lighting some candles and playing pleasant music. Make yourself comfortable, lay the card on your heart, and close your eyes. Now visualize yourself going to stand before the great chalice. Take your time. Stand in front of the holy fire chalice and visualize lying aside your clothing. 3 steps lead up to the rim of the chalice. Climb up these steps and dive into the chalice. Feel how the holy fire engulfs you, the hot flames curling up around you. You're being baptized in the element of fire. Let go and feel that you are being deeply cleansed at every level. All the chains that keep your power in check must yield to this fire. All the constraints your free will is burning. Breathe the fire flames in and feel them streaming into you through your ears and nose. All that equals fear within you is dissolving, and every doubt is in flames. Visualize how you become one with the flames, how they flow through you. Those things for which you have no further use burn, and a new invigorating energy is manifesting itself in you. Enjoy this immersion in the holy chalice of the element of fire. A sip of water, and then we will end this with another oracle deck. So last but not least, we will get some small messages from spirit guides and the universe to end this reading. I will not say much about them. You can interpret them yourself. So let's get started. What else does pile number 3 need to know about February? Any advice, any last messages for pile number 3 for February 2024? Is there anything else you might want to add, Spirit? So we have it. At the back of the deck we have courage. Wish upon a star and release all limiting beliefs. Have the courage to follow your dreams. And then we have, because it was falling, new horizons. Always won't open new doors. They wanted to begin. Stop it. Don't fall. So then we have destiny. It is not in the stars, but in yourself. Everything lies within yourself. Your wisdom, where you need to go, what the next step is. Don't search for it outside of you. Search for it inside of you. Trust, the light in you cannot be dimmed. Discover, spot new opportunities. Breathe. Inhale stardust, exhale magic. Take a deep breath in and out. Do this 2 times more. Can you feel that you are now a little bit more relaxed? Then evolve. The cosmic potential flows through you. Expand. Growth is often uncomfortable and messy, but necessary. Light. Without the dark, we never see the stars. Radiate. Let your light shine through. Yeah. The same song that came in pile number 1 is coming for you. It's this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. So maybe you find some other parts of the lyrics from this song will resonate with you, so maybe listen to the song if you want to. But no, let your light shine. Keep on going. So this is everything that I have for you, pile number 3. Thank you for sticking with me till the end. I wish you all the best. Have a good month of February. I'm rooting for you, and I will be seeing you in my next video. Bye!